Hello, everyone. My name is Hadil Al-Baba. I am a licensed architect both in Lebanon and in Canada. But more importantly, I am a very curious human being, always trying to, let's say, make sense of this complex life that we're living together. I'm always fascinated to understand the invisible layers of life, the invisible layers of what bonds us together as human beings. What is it that we're really longing for? What are we in search? The importance of community, the importance of connection, the importance of trust and care. And these questions have been, let's say, the drive or the push that kept me searching and seeking certain experiences that were helping me understand or, find my own answers. And through my journey, I would say that one of my main observations so far, and obviously, these observations change as I grow and as I experience new things. But I would say where I'm at right now, one of the most main observations I've felt is that a lot of us are always constantly trying to find answers from the mind. We're always trying to find solutions solely from the mind. It's very disconnected from the heart, very disconnected from the feelings. We feel as if feelings, are something that are dangerous. Stay away. We're so out of touch with our feelings. That means we're so out of touch with our hearts. And thus, the two major, I would say, very intelligent systems within our body, the mind and the heart, are just like working separately. They're not working together. I've been finding that very fascinating for me to keep observing, especially when I think about the word of community, right? And what is it that I'm trying to be part of, create, and design? Because it's so easy for me to translate all the visions that I have into paper and into a very beautiful investor like pitch deck and say, hey guys, I have this proper project who wants to jump and start working with me to make this happen. But throughout my exploration, what I realized is that I'm more interested within the invisible layers of the community. Because what is the point of us creating a beautiful design if we don't know what it feels like? How can we enter a reality with something that we can't fully not just describe, but not fully feel, right? What does it feel to be in community? What does it feel like to connect with someone? What does it feel like to feel safe, to trust, to belong? Because once we understand these feelings, then we can be able to translate them to something visible. So this is those been, I feel like, questions that have been guiding my journey. Um, and what's been really pushing me to keep creating these pilot projects and experiences and, push myself out of my comfort zone to explore these things because I truly, truly, truly believe deep down inside that there is a better world my heart knows is possible for us to co-create together. And this is just a phase that we are collectively going through to help us maybe bond and really face all the challenges and the traumas that we are facing collectively and figure out how we want to overcome them together. But that can't happen when we are unable to trust one another. And that inability to trust one another stems from the inability to trust oneself. So, how can I trust you if I'm unable to trust myself, if I'm unable to trust the voice within me, if I'm unable to trust my feelings and my hearts that are guiding me to go somewhere because the mind and the logic is saying otherwise, right? How can I make the mind and the heart more in harmony so they're working for one another? So that way, when we start doing certain things, the doing is in service to the heart. And this was one of the main reasons why I decided to leave the corporate world because of that very strong disconnect that I felt in the environments that I was working in. And because I personally don't believe that by creating senior homes or by creating affordable housing, we are solving the affordability housing crisis, or we're creating beautiful environments for seniors. Because to me, we are creating band-aid solutions, and we cannot be solving the same a problem from the same consciousness that created the problem itself, right? So from the same system that created affordability crisis, we're trying to solve it. Like, how is that possible? Then we're just gonna be staying in the same rabbit hole, turning and turning and turning and turning. You know, it's like that's why the pendulum is not shifting, because we're just in the same Ferris wheel, trying to solve the same problem from the same start. But again, that's my observation and my perspective. Um, so I was more curious to understand the systems and the structures that got us here, that got us to this level of fragmentation, of this level of disconnect. Why do we need to be building senior homes? Why do we need to be building orphanages? Why do we need to be building spaces that are creating more disconnect between people and the land? Aren't we here to co-create together, to experience with one another? Aren't we here to be part of the land? Aren't we here to co-create with the land? Then how can we as designers be designing spaces that are disconnecting us from that reality, from our essence of what we came here to experience? It's beautiful that we have technology. It's beautiful that we, you know, are ambitious people and we're creating businesses and we're creating money and we're doing all of that. But for what? What is this all for? In service to what? So I'll leave it here for now. Ciao.